Paris of the Caucasus, or Paris of the East, is a nickname for the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku. When hearing this nickname, one might imagine a city filled with modern architectural designs. However, Azerbaijan is actually more renowned for its natural beauty. In Azerbaijan, there's Mount Bazarduzu, the highest mountain in the country, towering to 14,652 feet. It's located near the border with Russia. Azerbaijan is a country in the Caucasus, at the crossroads of Europe and Western Asia. To the north, it borders Russia, with Georgia and Armenia to the west, Iran to the south, and Turkey to the southwest. With a territory of about 33,436 square miles, Azerbaijan's population is over 10 million. This makes it the largest and most populous country in the South Caucasus. The blend of Eastern and Western cultures perhaps contributes to Azerbaijan's reputation as a welcoming country. Of these 10 million people, 92% speak Azerbaijani as their official language, which belongs to the Turkic language family. The majority of the language usage aligns with the majority ethnic group. As of 2009, there were 91.6% Azerbaijani ethnic people, 2.0% Lezgins, and 1.4% Armenians. Interestingly, the country is considered the most secular Muslim-majority nation. About 97% of its population is Muslim, with 85% following Shia Islam and the remaining 15% Sunni. Despite this, according to Article 48 of its constitution, Azerbaijan is a secular state that guarantees freedom of religion. It was also the first Muslim country to declare itself as a democratic and secular republic in 1918. The capital city of Azerbaijan, Baku, is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Known as the City of Winds, it is the cultural center of Azerbaijan. Baku has a unique architectural style, richly influenced by both Middle Eastern and European designs. In Baku, a plethora of modern buildings stands alongside authentic structures, making the city a notable tourist destination. Among these is the Flame Towers, a building shaped like flames, consisting of 3 towers that have become a symbol of Azerbaijan. Standing at 597 feet, these towers serve various functions, including offices, apartments, and even a luxurious hotel known as the Fairmont Hotel Baku. Beyond its distinctive architecture, Azerbaijani cuisine, especially plov, is a must-mention. Plov, a national dish made with rice, is widely popular across different regions of Azerbaijan. If you ever get a chance to visit Azerbaijan, try to be there during Novruz Bayram, the most famous traditional national holiday, which celebrates the ancient New Year. It's a complete experience, iconic buildings, traditional food, and cultural celebrations. One might wonder how a country just a fifth the size of California can boast such grand buildings. In the early 20th century, Azerbaijan was a leading producer of petroleum, even hosting the birthplace of the oil refining industry. Countries with large oil reserves can be incredibly wealthy, as you might know. In a striking fact from 1901, Azerbaijan produced 11.4 million tons of oil, more than the United States, contributing over half of the world's production at the time. Unfortunately, with the massive industrial development in other regions of the Soviet Union in the 20th century, Azerbaijan's role in oil production diminished. However, they didn't stop there. Horses and caviar continued as traditional export items of the Republic. In the 1990s, with the exploitation of oil fields under the Caspian Sea, Azerbaijan faced political instability, ethnic conflicts throughout the region, Russian claims over the Caspian fields, and disputes over new pipeline locations. At the same time, Azerbaijan began transitioning to a market economy. Most goods prices were liberalized, and several state-owned companies were sold to the public. Rich in natural gas and oil, Azerbaijan also boasts other natural resources, including tin, zinc, iron, and copper ore. Additionally, the country has nepheline cyanides used in aluminum production, common salt, and various building materials, including marl, limestone, and marble. The emphasis on heavy industry has expanded beyond the traditional oil and gas industries, with increasing importance given to light engineering, light industry, and food production. Dominating in the economic sector, Azerbaijan, an industrial nation, can also be considered quite advanced in the agricultural field. Beyond oil and gas, Azerbaijan's agricultural sector has rapidly developed in the latter part of the 20th century. Rice is the most dominant agricultural product, with raw cotton as the second most valuable crop. The country's fertile land has been beneficial for vineyard cultivation. Most grape varieties grown in Azerbaijan are used for winemaking, with almost all being exported. Other crops include early-season vegetables, fruits, walnuts, and hazelnuts. Azerbaijan is also actively involved in silkworm breeding. With its wealth of natural gas, oil, and abundant resources, it's unsurprising that the country has undergone a long struggle for its independence. The historical ebb and flow and the struggle for Azerbaijan's independence have been challenging. Historically, Azerbaijan has been under the protection of many world nations, including the Persians, Greeks, Romans, Armenians, Arabs, Turks, Mongols, and Russians. The struggle for independence and sovereignty in their own country began unexpectedly, originating from Azerbaijani people gathering to protest Soviet power and demanding independence in 1990. However, this demonstration was marred by Soviet intervention in the Black January incident. A year later, in 1991, Azerbaijan successfully proclaimed its independence as the Soviet Union collapsed. Azerbaijan operates under a presidential republic system, with the President of Azerbaijan as the head of state and the Prime Minister of Azerbaijan as the head of government. The legislative power is fully controlled by the government and the parliament. Ilham Haydar Oglu Aliyev has been serving as the president since October 31, 2003. Interestingly, President Ilham Haydar appointed his wife Mehriban as the first vice president. Regarding presidential terms, the Soviet-era Constitution of 1978 was revised or replaced by the Independence Act of 1991 and decisions of the President and Parliament. In 1995, a new constitution was overwhelmingly approved in a referendum. This constitution established a unicameral legislature whose members are directly elected for a 5-year term. The head of state is the president, also elected by direct universal suffrage for a 7-year term. A constitutional amendment passed in 2009 removed the 2-term limit for the president. Azerbaijan is a secular state and has been a member of the Council of Europe since 2001. The majority of its population are Shia Muslims and of Western Turkish descent, known as Azerbaijanis or Azeris. Officially a democracy, Azerbaijan operates under strong authoritative rules. It is also a member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Political parties include the New Azerbaijan Party, founded by former President Haydar Aliyev, the pro-Turkish and nationalist Azerbaijan Popular Front, the New Equality Party, the Azerbaijan Social Democratic Party, the National Independence Party of Azerbaijan, and the United Communist Party of Azerbaijan, established after its predecessor was banned in 1991. Azerbaijan joined the United Nations in 1992 and officially became a member of the Commonwealth of Independent States in 1993. The 1978 Soviet-era Constitution of Azerbaijan was later revised or replaced by the 1991 Independence Act and decisions of the President and Parliament. In 1995, a new constitution was overwhelmingly approved by a referendum. This constitution established a unicameral legislature, with members directly elected for a 5-year term. The head of state, the president, is also elected by direct universal suffrage for a 7-year term. The 2009 constitutional amendment removed the 2-term limit for the president.